Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. Welcome to Thursday's card making video. On Tuesday I showed you a bridal shower card that I made, so I thought that we would just keep going with the wedding theme because I get asked for samples of wedding cards a lot. But this one is for a fall wedding. So I got to have fun with some of my fall dies because fall weddings there's not a lot of cards out there to go with that theme. Anyway, this is what I did. Where are my dies? I used our pumpkin flower, wheat die, and again my dies are a mess, sorry, there's pieces of paper all in them. The pumpkin patch die, this one has been sold out for a long time. We did restock it, but when we got it back in, the pumpkins are bigger than what the original die was. So I haven't changed that online yet. Just be aware that you are going to get pumpkins that are a little bigger. I actually really like them in this size. So if you have the original ones that are smaller, you might want to get the bigger size too. Used our cornstalk die. And no, I did not use the forget-me-not flowers. And then our slimline ribbon die and our Mr. and Mrs. Word. Okay, let me show you what I did. On this card also, I started with 2 A2 size sheets. The first one, let me get my pieces off here. The first one I inked the bottom with gray. I think it was Simon Hurley Wolf ink. And then I tore the bottom edge of the second piece, put pop dots on it, layered it on top, and then put my orange all the way around the edge. The orange that I'm using is an old Color Box Color Amber clay. I don't have a good orange for pumpkins, so I mean the guppy works, but I like them a little bit darker, not so yellow. So I decided to use this on this card. Forgive me, because I am sold out of that color. Color Box has not been around for a little while, and I still have some of their inks left if you're looking for something, but not many. Okay, layered those, inked around the edges. Then I took the ribbon die that's made for a slimline card, and I just cut it down a little. Once I get it laid on the card, I'll cut it to size, but I think it's more manageable if I just cut most of it off and leave a little bit there. I mean, you can glue it down first and then cut the rest off, or measure it exactly and then cut it off. I'm going to place my ribbon right about there, about halfway up the entire card. And let's take my scissors that I'm pretty sure my kids used for something. Look, they have tape on them. It's always great when they find my scissors. Okay, now I took the pumpkins from the pumpkin patch and I inked them with the amber clay, put some pop dots on the back. I did not cut an extra piece out, but I did, for the original card, I did cut the stem piece out and layer it. I'll just layer that one on later because I didn't do it. I knew I was missing it. I just was in a rush to get some cards done for you guys. Okay, my Mr. and Mrs. Word, I inked with amber clay also. This card I wanted to keep most of it, the light colors, the light gray and the white, and just add a few accents of color. I'm going to glue my word down. This I meant to glue down before I started recording too. Let me dab it up here. Sorry, my piece of paper to dab glue on is way up here. I'm trying to block the light from the overhead light with it so it's not shining down on the glass mat. So I have to leave it there. Okay, that M just did not want to straighten out. No, I don't use a ruler or anything to tell where my words are going to go. That's part of the handmade fun. Where it will end up, you never know. Okay. I'm going to take 2 of my big corn stalks and 2 of my smaller ones. And I inked these with the Tim Holtz, let me see the color, Vintage Photo. These, you don't need this extra part because it's just going to be under the pumpkin and it'll add bulk. So I just tore it off. You can tear the ends of the smaller ones off if you want. I'm going to. If you need them there as a guide. Like, you can leave them on. Like, if you want to do that so that your stems, you can line them up easier. Does that make sense to you guys? It made sense in my head. Okay. I'm going to glue 1 corn stalk, 1 bigger and smaller one on top, and 1 bigger and smaller one on the bottom. This I'm going to let stick down a little more because on my original card, I don't think the corn stalks were sticking down enough beneath the pumpkin. And you could use all 4 of the same size corn stalks too if you want. Corn stalks are always a fun day. Let that hang over the word a little. Oh, got another piece in there still. Go away. Okay. Now I'm going to take this was from 1 cutout of my wheat. These are actually made, these little pieces I didn't get out. The wheat is made to go so that you can ink this one color and ink the front and layer it. But a lot of times when I use the wheat, I like to use them separately. It adds a little more, interest, drama. I'm going to tear the bottoms of the stems off on these 2. Just so they don't get in my way. Then I'm going to just glue these down somewhere in between the corn stalks. I'm not putting them so much on the side because I'm going to put pumpkin flowers there. So I'm trying to keep them top and bottom. But let's see, I think I want the bigger one on the top. There's more room up here. So since I did the larger one up there, I'm going to do the smaller solid wheat on the top. Maybe, yeah, right there a little. I don't want it over that corn stalk. I want you to be able to see all the layers. This was a fun card for me because, you know, I get to make a wedding card and use my fall dies. How fun is a fall wedding? I think it's great. So whatever season you're in, you can use, like, wedding cards don't just have to be the traditional flowers, and you can use whatever, like if somebody has a winter wedding, use snowflakes and mix it up a little. Okay, now I'm going to place my pumpkin right there in the center. I'm going to put one of my big flowers on this side. I already put glue on it. Do you think I could get it? Yeah, I can get it facing this way. I like this part better, sticking out. And the leaves are a little more defined. How did I ink these? I used a little bit of the guppy and a little bit of the amber clay and just lightly brushed them. Then I went around the edges with the amber clay. But again, since that color is sold out and I doubt you'll find it anywhere, you can use any orange that you like. I mean, you can use any orange that you like anyway. You don't have to copy my design, just take what I show you and make it your own. If you're more comfortable copying everything, then do that. I know for scrapbooking they used to call it scrap lift. What do they call it for cards? Card lift? Okay. Just gonna make sure when I put my pumpkin on there, enough of these flowers are sticking out. I don't like the placement of those, so I still have enough time to pull them over a little. And this one, if your wheat and your corn stalks are already glued down, you can just take another dab of glue and move it over a hair and glue the top part down. See? Okay, let's take, I glued my card down. Take the pop dots off the back of the pumpkin, or the backers off the pop dots. Sorry, they're not pop dots. I don't know why I was calling them that. They're foam squares. I don't know. Place that right in the center. And there you go. You have a fall wedding card. If you wanted to add something more like wedding, you could take some of the, let me show you the card from Tuesday. You could take a set of the wedding rings and shove them up in there somewhere too. Or just cut out 2 circles and make them into wedding rings. That is that. Let me show you the the slimline size that I made. I really didn't change it up at all. It's just I changed the words so you could have a thank you card too. And this is an easy card that you can make up beforehand and just not put a title and throw a title on when you need it. But I also made another version of the same card because I wanted to show you guys options, because this is a super simple design to do, where I just use the thinking of you words and the daisies and the Easter lily again, and some of the forget-me-not stems, and put those on there. The slimline, I did the husband and wife, and then I did add some of the jewels to this, and some of the glitter. I glittered the words, I don't know if you can see it, and around the edges. So just to give you guys a little bit of a different variation on the same card, you could these are super simple, so you could make them and just set them aside. When I like the cards that I can pre-make and set aside and just throw my title on when I need to go to something. All right, thanks for watching, and next week I will be back with some Halloween videos. Have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.